Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it here tonight on a Wednesday night. It's the T1S Racing Wraps Late Model Stock Series here on TrueSimProductions as qualifying is getting started, but we need to send it first trackside to get for tonight's National Anthem. We'll be back momentarily.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alrighty, folks. Want to thank Joshua Rutherford and Mullet Music Productions for that great rendition of our national anthem. As qualifying, like we mentioned earlier, is already underway. Christopher Carroll, top of the board with a 16.99. Troy Tarbuck and Christopher Smith sitting 1, 2, and 3 currently. Folks, sorry, I am currently out of my breath. Had to run through the house while the national anthem was on, and yeah, we're owed. So let's see if we can get rid of this right here. Bring up iRacing. There we go. There we go, folks. Bear with me. Just work with me here for a minute. Let's see if we can pull up our keys to tonight's race. As taking care of your right rear and right front, that will be key all night long. I heard tire wear that was actually shocking tonight. Low line fast, but I promise you that middle line, we were watching practice and kind of observing during practice, and that middle line, it can not only hang, but you can go out there and make passes. And haven't even mentioned it, but tonight, double header night here at Five Flags, 2 twin 50-lap races with a full field invert after the first race, with both races paying points. And also, shout out to none other than TrueSimProductions. We decided to sponsor tonight's best average finisher after both races. Whoever finishes or has the best average finish of the night amongst all the drivers, well, they're going to walk away with some cold hard cash, $25 for tonight's best average finish. Of course, brought to you from the True Sim Production gang over here. Looks like qualifying is pretty much wrapped up. We're going to see if we can pull up a driver. We'll see if we can pull up the driver who's currently holding down the top position, Mr. Chris Carroll. Chris, you're live in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, Tanner Mar.
We got about 30 seconds here, Carol, but I just want to talk to you really quick and get your outlook on the prize of the best average finisher with yourself starting P1, but a full invert coming. What's the game plan?
I think you just race the car, man. I think all of that is out of our control. I think if you just try and take what's there and not force the issue and try and finish well a couple of times and see where the chips lay. I mean, with the invert and all that stuff, we don't know what's going to happen with speed and with wrecks and with all kinds of stuff. So I think the game plan's the same as a regular night. You keep the car clean and try and get up to the front if you're at the back and stay at the front if you're at the front.
50 lap races though, is it are we saving anything tonight, or are we going for it from the drop of the green flag?
Well, I think you're going to see both. I think you're going to see guys go hard, and you're going to see guys save. And I don't know which one's going to win, but I mean, if we keep the racing clean, it'll definitely be a tire race at the end.
Right on, buddy. Right on. Thank you for coming up here and chatting with us. We're gonna get our grid going, and good luck to you, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Tanner. Appreciate it, bud.
Absolutely, boss. Alrighty, folks. Let's see if we can get our starting grid pulled up here. You talked to him and heard from him right there in the 99 of Chris Carroll. Put it on the pole with Troy Tarbuck, another pit lizard performance guy, starting to his outside. Then starting inside row number 2 is Christopher Smith with Alex C. Harris, starting to his outside with Justin Coleman, rounding out the top 5 starters here tonight. Caleb B. Thompson at 04 is going to be rounding off P6, Dalton Creech in 7th, and the guy who has been probably one of the most dominant drivers in the late model stocks. May have had a little issue in practice or in qualifying there. It's number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. He'll be rolling off P8 with Dale Ogburn and Zach Murphy firing off right there behind him. Anthony Rennick's going to be starting inside row number 6 with Daniel Sweat starting outside row number 6 and P12. Whoop. As we venture on down, you see Joshua Vermillion starting 13th, Larry Bales in 14th, Guy Barrett's 15th with Mitchell Muma in the number 98, firing off in the 16th place spot with Christopher Sawyer sitting 17th, Nicholas Lamb 18th, Tyler Lusters in 19th with Todd Lempfear rolling off P20. 21st, Derek Stanley, last week's winner, big time race winner. He'll be taking the EOL due to being last week's winner. But he qualified 21st. Brandon Nevis 22nd. Cortland Herman's not in the session. And Christopher Clark, who also got himself his first podium finish last night. He'll be firing off, playing shotgun to the field, folks, as this field is getting ready to start rolling. Well, thank y'all for hanging with us here on a Wednesday night. Let me hear it in the chat. Who are we pulling for? Who are we rooting for? And, folks, I've mentioned it, and I'm going to mention it and mention it and mention it. YouTube, they changed the parameters on what it takes for us to become a content creator partner. I'm not big on trying to make money off this, but I think it'd be cool to have them help promote us in the algorithm and that kind of stuff. So if you could, it takes no money. All it takes is just a one click, one little bit of your time. Hit that sub button for us here on TrueSimProductions, and it will help us out a ton. We need 500 subscribers. We've ticked off every other box. Every other box has been checked off. That's the last remaining one. So give us a sub here on TrueSimProductions. Follow our Facebook page if you don't mind. But now, it is time. Pace car's going to make us one more lap around the track, make a hard left-hand turn. Remember, folks, the first start of the race is on green. After that, it's in the hands of the leader. It is just about go time now, boys and girls. Also, if you would, let me know how my mic sounds with the cars in the background. And let me know who we're pulling for tonight. Who do you got? Twin 50-lap events. Whoever wins this one, it's great that you won. You're going to get points for it, but you're also starting dead last in the next race. Twin 50 lappers, here we go. Now just got to wait for Bonnie Fox Jr. to get that green flag out. As green flag is out, look at the launch that Tarbuck on the 24 gets onto the outside. What you see there? Little bit of maybe gamesmanship there. It looked like Tarbuck may have tried to slide in behind Carroll, but Christopher Smith did not allow that. As their double file as far back as you can see, Christopher Carroll, though, he did get away. Seeing some action going on with the 28 car of Brian Zimmerman back here. Got the 33 of Ogborn right there underneath him, folks. Remember the keys to tonight's race. They can go double file here pretty easy. They can make it last lap after lap. It's not where you want to be. It's not the preferred lane. But you can contain and hang out there. Oh, Zimmerman getting real loose, walking it on the outside there. As he's going to try to get slotted in front of Anthony Rennick there, 23 car of Rennick. Thought Rennick was going to try to close that hole, and he does not. But look at that, nose to tail. Just everywhere you look, there's cars. We go back up to the front here. Christopher Carroll's got a little bit of real estate in between him and second place driver Chris Smith. Now, Chris Smith, a driver's battling for his first win here in Crooked Line. He's looked bad fast most nights, but especially in these late model stocks. That 80 car, he's been a car to watch week in and week out. Is tonight he can finally break through and get that first win, get the monkey off his back. We're going to find out because he's applying a ton of pressure right now to our race leader, Christopher Carroll. Let's see if we can. You see, they're pretty much single filed out to the top 10. See if we can jump on board with Anthony Rennick here. Saw him pushing pretty hard behind Brian Zimmerman earlier. See Zimmerman stepping it out sideways, goes to the inside of Brian. Brian gives him enough room here, just enough room to get underneath him. 2 cars fits there, no harm, no foul. Now Rennick's going to try to complete the pass. It's very, very tough to complete the pass. You can get to the side of him here, but it almost takes the mistake out of that driver on the high side for you to ever prevail on that low lane. As Zimmerman goes up high until the marbles, gets the car sideways, that's going to allow Zach Murphy now to get there to his inside. 29 car, and Murphy's also trying to move forward here. So early trouble for Brian Zimmerman on the high side. He's done nothing but go backwards and start this event. That high side, it works, but man, oh man, it's definitely not the preferred lane. Because we're already 8 laps into this event, 9 by the stripe. Chris Carroll has almost a half a second lead over Christopher Smith. I want to jump on board with Chris Carroll. I want y'all to see just how loose this race car can be out here. You see this track, it's hot. The surface is very, very old down here in Pensacola, Florida, here at Five Flags. But we heard reports all night of it being really loose. So he's not really having to catch the car a whole lot. He is pretty planted right there, catching it a little bit. Got a little loose right there. But pretty steady with the wheel. As I believe we got a big, massive wreck. Don't know why. Wasn't no yellow put out for that, but there is now. Massive, massive wreck. And I'm not sure what transpired to start all this. We're going to see if we can go back and see. It's 33 car just taps Alex. And then you see there, it turns into a parking lot. Nowhere for these drivers to go. A big one here at Five Flags. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cars involved. 16, 17 cars involved in that. It's like Brian Zimmerman's taking the number 28 down pit road. As it's hard to really kind of know who was involved with that. As let me send a message to a viewer here asking me where they can find the race. So I think with the heat races, it looks like cautions are not turned on. So folks, you may have to see me go throw a caution in this first race. Now second race, the caution laps will be normal. Alrighty folks, we'll be right back. We're going to pay the bills momentarily. If lights go off on the pace car, we will come back. We'll be back in a moment.
Chris Fine with the whole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one.
Alrighty, folks. Sorry, I had to cut the BAM Racing Videos commercial short, but the lights are off on the pace car. Now, with that latest incident, that's shooking up the middle portion of this field. Derek Stanley's up 11 spots, currently holding down 10. So, if you was able to get to that first massive wreck, you were going to be pretty. And look at Chris Carroll. Look at the launch the 99 gets. 80. Christopher Smith trying to take P2 back over Justin Coleman, but Coleman too strong on the low side. And then I see Dalton Creech making his way up through the field with the 36 car. Comers and goers here tonight, folks. 50 laps. It's basically a shootout. You got to go when you can. And on these restarts, we say it every week. Get everything you can on these restarts. Yeah, you see everybody just slicing and dicing around the field. Still double file as far back as you can see it. Saw Larry Bell here get a little sideways right then. But look at the battle in front, a battle in the back. He gets stuck in the middle, but Zimmerman trying to make work over the 23 of Anthony Rennick. These two, they've duked it out all race long. Daniel Sweat having a very quiet night thus far in 07. But a quiet night, that's exactly what you want to have at a track like this, especially when you saw a 15-car wreck early. So if you haven't saw the 07, that's a good thing right now. Tarbuck, though, problems once again, though, for the guy starting on the outside. We saw it happen to Brian Zimmerman. We saw it happen to Troy Tarbuck. Both them drivers have fallen back now. Now they're trying to make their way back up to the front. Tarbuck's lost 4 spots, but looks like he slotted in P6, got some wiggle room behind him. He's got that 24 looking pretty good. And now remember, folks, that's a full field invert tonight. So Zach Murphy, he's the last car scored on the lead lap. He's currently sitting 14, so he would not necessarily have the lead for the second race with the full invert. But if he can stay right where he's at, he's not going to have a good points night for the first race. But that second race, you can set yourself up for a race win. As oh no, caution's back out on the speedway here. Anthony Rennick. Was it Anthony Rennick and Brian Zimmerman? Let's go back and see what happens here. No, the 76, I believe that is Derek Stanley underneath him. Oh, a little bit of netco between both drivers right there. That was a little weird. And oh, the 02 of Barrett just gets him ever so slightly. Mitchell Muma. Oh, man, hard contact for the 23 car right there. And then we actually saw the guy we were just highlighting, Zach Murphy, get involved here. Just from Vermillion kind of just rolling on the track. Vermillion did nothing wrong. I don't know if he's on the brakes or not, but it's hard to get these cars to stop and get slowed down after a wreck like this. Look, Zach's trying everything. He looks like it's clear here, but it shouldn't hurt the 29 very much. I'm watching this double zero car of Coleman. He's also another driver that has been in the top 3 weekly in this series. He's also itching for his first win. So Chris Carroll, number 99, he's won plenty of times in this series. He's a multi-time Crooked Line Series champion. He's poised, right? He's not going to make a whole lot of mistakes, but he has to be careful here. He has some hungry drivers firing off right here behind him with Justin Coleman, Christopher Smith, and then hadn't really spoke about him much, but Dalton Creech and Caleb B. Thompson. That's your top 5 right now as they sit. We've got some gamesmanship happening on pit road. See what Derek Stanley does here. As right side of the car is getting jacked up. We'll check on Zach Murphy here. Now, folks, bear with me with these camera angles. This track is notoriously bad when it comes to having different camera angles to operate here. Scotty, this is race number 1, but y'all stick around. Y'all talk to me, chat it up here. Did we have a first-time winner? That's the poll we have out here. I just told you, there's 3 hungry drivers sitting right there on the back of the 99's bumper, just itching for that first race win. Will tonight be the night we see a new first-time winner? But yes, this is race number 1 with a full field invert coming for race number 2. As lights should go off this next time by on the pace car. So we're already halfway through race number 1. Nobody's done it yet, but in the chat, y'all let me know who we got who's our pick right here? Remember, $25 to the driver who has the best average finish after both races. So, I mean, they're racing for more than just points and pride here tonight. Also racing for some cold hard cash, sponsored to them and brought to them by TrueSimProductions. Remember, also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to become a part of the YouTube content creator partnership deal. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. But look at Chris Carroll. He makes them wait and almost paid the ultimate price of a wrecked race car right there. It's his prerogative. He can fire off whenever he wants. And you saw there, he fired off a little late. Got a couple love taps for it. But they're still slotted in how they were running. First, second, third. Dalton Creech is in fourth. Caleb B. Thompson's fifth. So the top five have not changed on the restart. Brian Zimmerman trying to bring the 28 up. Back up near the front where it belongs. He's been super stout all season long. And I thought we made that car going around right there. Shout out to Brandon Elvis back here in the 54 car. He did this at Irwindale. He played the invert game. He didn't care to run dead last in the first race. He came out there and he put a whooping on him on the second race and brought home the race victory. So it looks like the 54 car, Brandon Elvis, may be trying to employ the same strategy. And look at Justin Coleman. He is hounding our race leader. This has been the only driver that's actually been able to stay within striking distance of our race leader, Christopher Carroll. They're 18-17 to go at the line. As run a little bit different entry than our race leader, Chris Carroll. He's electing to drive it in a little deeper, going a little bit lower. You see there, he just has the car angled a little bit lower than Carroll, but I think he's actually sacrificing a little bit on the entry, trying to make up for it on exit. But I think Chris Carroll just has the exit covered pretty good. As we go back to the field here, Zach Murphy in the 29. You got Alex C. Harris in the 74, who's had great runs out of the late, but cannot get the finishes the 74 ultimately needs. He's currently scored last car in the top 10. He scored 10th place, but got a hard charge on Zach Murphy right here to his inside. Murphy with the 29 car, going to try to make it stick. 74 car, he is oh, I thought they were getting ready to come together. As they do there. A little bit of contact made. Elbows out racing here. 14-13 to go here. As I heard some drivers actually getting to the wall up ahead of them. I believe it was the 76 of Derek Stanley. Kissed the wall ever so slightly. As we're going to put it out for him once again. Chris Sawyer turned around backwards here. Anthony Rennick may have been involved. See what transpired here on the TrueSimProductions record replay. 51 car. Oh, just walks the dog sideways. He gets it gathered up, though. Oh, Anthony Rennick gets it to the back of Vermillion. And that stinks for Chris Sawyer in the 51 because he's just kind of oh, man, hold your brakes. You're backing up into traffic. But he just was kind of an innocent bystander there, all because he got loose prior to that. As we're going to see if we can dial up the 00 of Justin Coleman. See if we can get him up here. Justin, you're live in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
I'm solo dolo up here tonight, but we're winging it, brother. And you're winging it, too, with that 00 looking bad fast. I know you're itching for that first win. Talk me through your race so far.
It's been good so far. Car feels good. I like the setup on it. Just wish we could stay green. I was reeling in Carroll a little bit there, but starting on the high side here is not fun.
Now, Justin, like I said, that first win is the hardest one to get, but man, oh man, it feels great. Are we? Can we expect the chrome horn to be laid out any tonight?
I don't know.
It's tough to call your shot, huh, on broadcast like that.
Yeah. Chris is talking to me.
I got you. Well, Justin, give us a shout out what you do as far as painting. I know you do a little bit of painting, and then we'll let you get back down to your race team and let you try to seal up a W here.
All right, man. I appreciate it, guy.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Well, I tried to tee him up to promote himself, but I guess he's just not a shameless promoter like I am. But Justin Coleman does fantastic work. It's the Coleman Designs. I'm trying to talk him into getting a Facebook page, but he's done a lot of the paint schemes and the wraps that you're seeing out here tonight. But obviously he didn't want to shout that out, huh? But we'll do it for him. We'll make sure we hit the sponsor plugs. Also, folks, I know I'm begging for a lot tonight, but hit that thumbs up button as well. Helps out a ton. Helps spread us out in that YouTube algorithm. I promise you, I don't mean to ask for so much, but I feel like I'm asking for some fairly easy stuff. As Robert says, let's go Bad Company Racing in the chat. Robert, who is a part of Bad Company Racing? Let's give him a shout out from the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for. As the lights are off on the gender neutral pace car. Eight laps, 7 to go at the stripe. I promise you these next 7, they're going to go by fast, especially if it stays green here. As Chris Carroll once again gets the launch that he needs. He gets a little bit of separation, but the best thing that happened there was Dalton Creech got to the inside of Justin Coleman. Coleman's been wicked fast all race, but now he's side by side battling Dalton Creech as they are going door to door here. Going to be 6 laps to go. I see a little bit of contact happening right there behind Brian Zimmerman. It's the number 80 of Christopher Smith and then Caleb B. Thompson. Christopher Smith, he has been up front all race long. He had a little bit of a mishap on one of these restarts. Fell back a little bit. So now he's trying to make the real estate back up. Make the track position back up. Now remember, folks, we're going to be back at it. Oh! You can tell if they're going to go around or not. They're trying back there. As we are going to keep it green. Daniel Sweat did a great job avoiding all that right there. As Christopher Carroll, he has just opened it up here to a full second lead. As if he was saving anything on those Hoosier racing tires, he's not saving anymore. It's full getting after it here. But look at the battle for P3 back here. Brian Zimmerman to the inside of Justin Coleman. Zimmerman, he's been running super stout on Wednesday night. He's trying to back that up with a 3rd place finish, perhaps with this heat race or the feature race. One of the night. Oh, a little bit of contact with him between the 00 here. 00 is going to walk it back down and lean right on his door. Show him he did not like that. As, oh no, we see Zach Murphy going around. As, oh, there's a wreck on the track. Chris Carroll is not going to like that because I know he had to be close to the line. But we got to have integrity here. That warranted a caution. It started out, we saw it at the corner of our screen here. Started with Zach Murphy going around. Now, whether he had help or not here is to be determined. And now, we didn't throw the caution for him. We threw the caution for the guys wrecking down in turn 1 as well. So, ooh, massive checkup there. It looked like Larry Bell got into the back of the 04 of Caleb B. Thompson. Maybe just had a little bit better entry. Maybe, oh no, it looks like Caleb had to check up a little bit here. See Caleb driving to the inside there of the guy in front. Has to check up. 04 has to check up as well. And Zach Murphy was, once again, kind of an innocent bystander. Nowhere to go for the 29 car. And tough break for Mr. Larry Bell there. But the one good thing that comes with late race wrecks like that, we know none of us want bad finishes, but that full field invert, you know you're starting basically inside the top 5 here on race number 2. So if there's a silver lining at all, that's it. All right, it's getting ready to get really dicey now, folks. 36 car, Dalton Creech, and the 00 car of Justin Coleman. Rows have reversed. Last time Creech, he was starting P3 on the inside with Coleman on the outside. And we saw Creech. He was able to follow the leader, Chris Carroll, through on the restart. Got a good jump. He timed it perfect. Got to the inside of Coleman. Now we're going to see if Coleman had the notebook out, if maybe he was paying attention to that. If he, I'm sure he realizes, right? He knows this restart right here is very, very important. Going to be double file, I do believe. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and try again. And folks, I keep talking about it. After this race is done, don't go anywhere because we're spinning it around and we're going right into another race. There's no downtime in between. We're going straight to another 50-lap event here on TrueSimProductions. And it's going to be interesting because these guys have been up to the front. They're going to be up in the front, no mas, unless they get up there and do it the hard way. As we're going to throw it over to Rick Thompson really quick before we do everything else. We'll be right back in just a second.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Put the power of Southern
Want to thank Southern Shores Realty, for sponsoring the series here at Crooked Line Racing. All right, Chris Carroll, he's got great launches every time. He does not wait this time. Remember, last time he got bumped a little bit because he waited around. Wasn't doing anything wrong, but just kind of waited. You saw Zimmerman make a very, 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 very smart move, getting to the inside there. As the battle for P2 is between 3-4 drivers right now. Coleman was able to make the pass clear. Oh, man, Creech really chopped the nose of Zimmerman there. Did not give him a whole lot of room. And now Zimmerman has to fight for the top 4 with Christopher Smith and Caleb B. Thompson side by side. But at turn number 4 for the first time here tonight, final flag here. Checkered flag is in the air. Chris Carroll wins the first of 2 races here tonight. Automatically punching his ticket to start dead last in the next race. But watch him try to drift that 99. There's not a whole lot of people on this sim that can drift, and I promise you, Chris Carroll's one of them, and it's awesome seeing him do it. Because it's, as a fellow driver, I race 6 other nights out of the week. I know how hard it is. But let's get that grid rocking and rolling. I'm going to read it as it is, but there's going to be few drivers that's not in the session anymore. So who I actually say is on pole here, it may actually revert to being Mitchell Moomer or somebody like that. But we'll see. We're going to read it as it stands. Cortland Herman in 91. He's going to be firing off in the first place spot with Anthony Rennick in at 23. To his outside, Mitchell Moomer starting P3 with Derek Stanley, number 76, starting 4th. Chris Clark, big podium finisher last night, got his first podium finish. He's going to look to go back-to-back tonight. He's got a great start to it, starting P5. With Tyler Luster in the 12 car, starting to his outside. Chris Sawyer in the 7th. In the 7th place spot with Todd Lemfier in 8th, Joshua Vermillion 9th, and Nicholas Lamb playing shotgun to the field as we scroll down a little further to 11th. Larry Bell, Dale Ogburn is in 12th. Troy Tarbuck's 13th. Guy Barrett's 14th. Zach Murphy had a tough break there at the end. Lost a lot of spots, but was still in that basically the Hornets' nest position. He's starting 15th. Brandon Elvis 16th. Daniel Sweat 17th. Alex C. Harris 18th. Caleb B. Thompson 19th. Christopher Smith 20th. Ryan Zimmerman 21st, Dalton Cruz 22nd, and the guy who finished 2nd, Justin Coleman, and the guy who won the race, Chris Carroll. They're dead last in the very last row of tonight's event. And I got questions really quick. Early problems for the 76 car. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Derek Stanley there. As it looks like race control is going to allow him to get his spot back. Thankfully, they delayed the green flag of this race. Now, that's something you're not ever going to probably ever see again. We got people wrecking from the front row before the race even gets started. My, oh my. Race control took care of him, too, because if I was race control, I don't know if I'll allow the spot to be back, but they did, so we will, too, I guess. Lights are off on the pace car. Going to be firing it off. Derek Stanley, Mitchell Muma leading row number 1 for feature race number 2. The second of the twin 50s here. As green is out. 22 car does not go of Chris Clark. He got a terrible launch there. May have been in the wrong gear. Really stacked the inside lane up. As, oh no, I see somebody. Think that was. Oh, I don't have to throw caution in this one either. think that was Sweat going around. It was indeed. But, so this is the restart. Let's go all the way back. We'll watch it from the initial point of the restart. But first, I want to go see what happened to Chris Clark here. Was not in the wrong gear, but just did not get a great launch. And then now let's see if we can go back to dissect what happened to Sweat here. So obviously, by nature, the inside lane is going to check up really hard here. Oh, there's multiple guys going around there. And Sweat was just ultimately wrong place, wrong time. As I'm needed to handle some race control duties really quick, we're going to throw it over to BAM Racing Videos. We'll do what we did earlier. When the lights go off on the pace car, we'll come back. We'll be back momentarily.
With the whole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one.
3 laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
Alrighty, folks, I do apologize for that. The lineup got a little screwed up right there. But you see a single file start. Pace car gonna make the hard left-hand turn. Stanley gets a great launch. I'm sorry, we'll try to get our bearings back here. Had a lot going on right then. You see what a single file start does, though. Look at the huge bit of racing surface between Chris Clark, who's in for. Oh, we got trouble on the backstretch. 33 car. Dale Ogborn may have broken suspension parts on that 33 car as caution's out on the speedway. As it looked like this all started with the 33 car. I didn't see anybody else really wreck out here. But it's not telling me anybody else was the caution. But this was fairly late if it was the caution. 05 just nowhere really for Lamb to go there. For either driver to really go. And yeah, just looking back through the field. Creech gets spun after the yellow. That's obviously not only we kind of lost up here in the booth as to what happened. I think the drivers are too. So hopefully they can get her dialed back in. This is only lap 9 of 50. I mean, it's a short race, but it'll last a long time if they go at this rate. This could possibly be another single file restart here. As we just ended the pole here, And it looks like we're split 50-50 right down the middle. We put out a poll in the chat. Would we have a first-time winner tonight? And 50% of you thought yes, 50% of you thought no. So right now, feature event 1, it was taken home by none other than Chris Carroll. Now let's see if Chris Carroll's been a beneficiary of these wrecks or not. He's only up 6 spots, and I believe there's a little bit of front-end damage on that Chevy Camaro as well. So riding on board Mr. Brian Zimmerman here, looking back to Chris Carroll. No damage to the front. He's good. No harm, no foul there. Did you see Tyler Luster? He does have a little bit of damage. Lights are still on the pace car. Should go off next time by. Also, for our Facebook followers over for TrueSimProductions, we kind of leaked out a little bit of news today. Race Chatter. It's going to be a live video style broadcast. Podcast, we'll call it. Where we recap our races of the week. Not exactly 100% sure on what night of the week it's going to be on. It's looking like Saturday. Hoping to have 2 or 3 of us weekly. Maybe guests rotate in and out. But the one thing I love about it, it's going to be basically Race Chatter after dark. We're going to be a little bit less buttoned up, and we're going to be more free-flowing. And again, Race Chatter, it's going to be brought to you here on TrueSimProductions. We leaked it earlier over on our Facebook. Hit that sub button. You'll never miss an update. But lights are off on the pace car. Going to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Field's in the hands of Derek Stanley here in the 76. Got the 12 of Luster right there behind him. The 66 of Lamphere. As look at the launch the 76 gets, and as well as the 12 and the 66. I'm looking at Mitchell Muma here in the 98 car. Mitchell is always bad fast. Had some mishaps in the first race, but that allowed him to start up here in the 4th place spot, currently where he's currently sitting as well. So I look for the 98 to make moves to see if we can go to our race winner of event 1. Got a little bit of traffic out the windshield here. Currently sitting 17th, so he's going to want to win that $25 for the best average finisher. He's got to get a move on here. As you see, they make quick work of Chris Clark here. Chris Clark, he's not a normal on Monday nights here. He's not out here often with us. I think he raced last week for the first time, so he's still getting accustomed to these cars, but he's right there. He's got the heart of a true racer out here. He knows these guys are faster. He's going up on the high side, letting them get the groove. I mean, that's just as stand-up as they can get. Derek Stanley, though, out front, trying to go for a second race win in the late model stocks in as many weeks. And looking bad fast right now. 34 laps to go at the stripe. Tyler Luster, P2, did get into the outside wall there. And you see that right front damage. That may be affecting the turn in on that car. The 12 car may have suspension damage happening. As that's going to be a storyline to watch. And now Brandon Nelvis, 54. To the inside of Verb Millen. As I'm starting to get the hiccups, this is the worst thing to have whenever you're live on broadcast. So we will try to work around that, I promise. We get Larry Bell, 43 on the low side, trying to make some moves. Got teammates Brian Zimmerman and Chris Carroll right there behind him. Pit Loser Performance, 5 Kings Motorsports. They are moving forward. And Alex D. Harris had a great night. Oh, a little bit of contact between him and Christopher Smith in the 80. Oh, Smith gets the outside wall. But look at that. Alex, he saw and realized a heads-up move. He realized what was happening. He backed out of it. Let Christopher Smith bounce off the wall. But now look there. Mama, here comes that bad man. Larry Bell to the inside. This is the battle for P11 here. It's heating up. And I saw Christopher Smith like he was looking low on Vermillion right then. Was not able to make the pass yet. Kind of stalking his prey, but as we go back up front here, it's just the Derek Stanley show in the 76. Hell of a drive by the 76 team as of late. They have found something with this car. He has found out something with this car because he's always been about a 5th, 6th place car, but these last 2 weeks, boys and girls, Stanley's been front and center. Got him a big race win last week. Going to try to go back-to-back tonight. And, I mean, he looks to be poised to do it. Got a full second lead over Tyler Luster here. as Mitchell Muma made his way around left field. Guy Barrett did as well, so Todd Lamphere may be dropping back here, may have made a little bit of a mistake. It looks like the right front has a little bit of damage on the 66, so may have possibly got up into the outside wall ever so slightly. You're seeing they're really starting to use all this racetrack up now. Still side by side. I'm telling y'all, it's amazing just how hard you can fight and contend on the high side here. As it looks like second place position has changed. It's now Mitchell Muma chasing the rabbit out front. The 98 car going to try to track down a teammate of his, Derek Stanley. Mitchell Muma wants that first time win as well. As we're going to do a little bit of a crank it up. I'm going to lay out. I'm going to let you listen to how these drivers are working that throttle and give y'all a true feel of 5 flags and late model stocks with 23 laps to go. How about that, guys? And look here, we have a battle for the race lead. Heating up, Mitchell Muma to the inside of Derek Stanley. Both these guys, they want to win hard, but I know Mitchell Muma, he wants that first time win. He gets by teammate. I think Derek may have just kind of gave it to him. May have saw that the 98 was quicker there and just let him go by. Looks like Derek's trying to slot in and just have a good points night, which is very, very smart when we're points racing like this. New leader out front, though, Mitchell Muma, the 98. Got a hard charging group, though, coming up behind him. Looks like Brandon Elvis, he's up 11 spots since he hit the grid. Right now, our biggest mover, though, thus far from when they started the second event here is none other than the 80 car, Christopher Smith. But he's only worked his way up to P8. Only 50 laps, 15 to go now. They click off really fast at 16 seconds per lap. But you see, he is applying pressure to Guy Barrett. Oh, caution on the speedway. It's looking like it may have been Caleb. Oh, got a little help from Creech, and around she went. That's the type of wreck right here where, as a driver, it's very, very frustrating if you're on the end of it that Caleb is on, right? I mean, right here, kind of all stacked up. Oh, a little bit of a nudge from Creech right here behind him, and that just shows how much these cars are on edge. Gets a great run off. And you see, he's actually trying to catch the car a little bit too. He's loose himself. What stinks about the at-fault rule here, Creech was able to get through there unscathed rather well. But he will be deemed at fault, so he'll automatically go to the tail end. As now Mitchell Muma, Derek Stanley, Tyler Luster, Nick Lamb, and Brandon Elvis. That's your top 5. Zach Murphy, Christopher Smith, they are sitting in P6 and P7. So Chris, in the 80 car, he's slowly but surely getting there. We're going to see if we can dial up Chris real quick, see if we can find him. I think we got him. There he is. Christopher Smith, you're live in TrueSimProductions booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Chris, been watching you slowly and methodically make your way up through the field. The 80 car, it's looking bad fast, but ultimately time's running out. Do you think you got enough time to get up there for a podium?
I don't know. I honestly think I smoked my tires off. I got kind of loose probably like 3 or 4 laps ago, so I don't know. We're going to see what we got.
Now, Chris, you finished pretty well the first race. Try to get a good finish here and maybe walk away $25 richer tonight, buddy. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, buddy. That is the number 80 driver, Christopher Smith, coming up here and chatting with us for a minute. This looks like the field is getting ready to be rocking and rolling once again. Lights still on the pace car. Going to see if they go off this time by or not. As lights are off on the pace car. Mitchell Muma, what will you do for your first Crooked Line Racing win? How far will you go? Going to be a 10-lap, 9-lap shootout. When they cross the stripe this time, folks, thank y'all for tuning in. This is why we're here, right? 10 laps to go. Late race restart. Double file. You got 4 drivers at the front, super hungry. 3 of the 4 looking for their first win ever. As green flag is out, Mitchell Muma gets a great launch, but so does teammate Derek Stanley. I think Stanley is going to be content playing blocker, and not playing blocker in a bad way, but maybe doing the Dale Senior role in the 2001 Daytona 500, the tragic event where he lost Earnhardt, right? I think Derek Stanley is going to try to protect Mitchell Muma here. And that's what you want. I mean, as a teammate here, there's nothing better than seeing the 76 out your mirror, but now the 76 is hungry too, though. So we're going to see if he is going to try to get up there. And right now, Tyler Luster, he has his hands full. He is the gatekeeper here. Got a bunch of hungry, fast guys right here just fighting to get in that top 3 position. It looks like Creech did not take the EOL last time. That's a little surprising. The man we just talked to, Christopher Smith, had a great piece all night, been bad fast all night, but I think right here it's just running out of time almost. They're 3 wide here at 5 flags. You do not see this every week at Pensacola. 3 wide off turn 2. Oh, it's getting tight. They make it stick, though. What a drive by all 3 of them guys. Justin Coleman on bottom there. Zach Murphy in the 29 car right there in front of him. As we go back up front, though, it's 5 laps to go. Barney Fife Jr., the flag man, is going to be showing these drivers 4 when they pass by. Going to be 4 to go at the stripe here. Will they stay green? If it stays green, it's just a matter of how long it takes to do these 4 laps for Mitchell Muma. I can promise you there's 2 guys that don't want to see a yellow. That's a 98 and a 76. They have a little bit of real estate behind them. But look at Brandon Elvis. He's trying everything he can to make that 12 car just kind of wash up out of the groove here. But he's got to be careful making them erratic moves like that, especially in front of Dalton Creech. One little slip up from the 36 and the 54 is going to go around. So you just got to be careful when you're trying to slice and dice your way past somebody. What's important is not always what's out in front of the windshield. Sometimes you got to watch that mirror a little bit. As Chris Carroll, first race winner, has now made himself up inside the top 10, excuse me. A battle for P8 there. That's 2 laps to go. White flag in the air. It's all Mitchell Muma here. Derek Stanley sitting P2. Final time out of turn 2 of the night. Going down the backstretch. 98. He's come. He's conquered. He is just now coming out of turn number 4 to capture his first ever Crooked Line Racing League victory. Mitchell Muma, my hat goes off to you, sir. What a drive. Started P3, put yourself in position, and you never look back. Once you got the lead from Derek Stanley, you never look back. Hell of a night for the 98 crew. hell of a night for the 76 crew. Good night for that team in general. I know they're both going to be happy. And Tyler Luster in the 12 car, a newcomer to Cricket Line, brought that car home P3. So really, really cool to see these new faces up front here. That's what the invert's for, right? I mean, it's out here to shake it up, and that's exactly what we did here tonight. We shook it up. We're going to let these drivers get situated. We're going to see if we can find our third place finisher. As you see, Mitchell Muma, he's going to burn it down. Let's see if we can get it on camera here. Wasn't sure if he's going to give me one or not. See if he can give us a burnout here. I waited. He's going to nose it into the wall. This winning moment, folks, brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. That 98 car is looking sweet out front here, parked at the start-finish line. What a night of racing. All right, let's see. We got our third place man up in the booth here. Tyler Luster, you're live. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
So, Tyler, you, the first race, things didn't go absolutely your way, right? But then you saw the glass half full instead of half empty. That second race, you started up in P6, excuse me, and you never looked back. You brought the 12 car up to P3, and that's where you finished on the podium. Talk me through your night.
Yeah, we weren't that lucky, in the first race, but the second race come along, and a little bit of luck putting us up front, getting us in front of everybody, and just holding on to the opportunity when you got it. Got a good finish out of it. So really happy for the second finish for sure.
I don't know. I mean, any podium finisher, it's really good. A lot of people don't realize how stacked these fields are, right? They're really, really stacked. So a great third place finish. Now, Tyler, tell me, you're kind of a new face to Cricket Line Racing. We love seeing the new guys come in and run good. Are you very familiar with the short track scene on iRacing? Are you accustomed to it?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with short track racing on iRacing scene, but this is definitely my first competitive league, so it's great to be out here and run with these guys, and be able to just pick up experience and learn from them. Learn from the best.
Not only are you learning, you're putting it to them. That's the old Tyler Luster in the 12. Brought it home P3. Who we got to thank tonight, buddy?
Yeah, I just want to thank Lucas Oil, and thank for my fans.
Right on, brother. Well, congratulations on the podium finish. We'll let you get down to your racing, buddy.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. That was the 12 car of Tyler Luster there. Brought that car home P3. Now, we're going to see if we can find the 076. Got him a win last week. I think we saw a little bit of teammanship happening here, but I'm not 100% sure. But if he did, hats off to the man, because props to him, because these race wins are hard to get. He's here with us now, the 76 of Derek Stanley. Derek, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. Yeah,
So,
I was just racing my teammate clean there.
Right on, brother. I mean, hey, that's a tip of the hat move, right? Because Mitchell Muma itching for that first win, right? And I mean, you got the monkey off your back last week. You put yourself in position tonight. You could have got the win. I truly believe. Talk me through your night.
Yeah. It was a rough first race, getting wrecked twice, and then not having a fast hip error, and then second race was actually pretty fun.
Right on. I mean, you got out front there, and then pretty much sailed, right? And the only car that looked like they could even really contend with you once they got up to you was Mitchell Muma. Did y'all find something there in practice?
I know I didn't. Mitch probably did.
Right. Well, Derek, still pumped to see that car back out on the podium. Who we got to thank for the 76, brother?
Gotta shout out Mitchell Muma on getting the win. Great win. And my other teammate, Chris Soya. He'll get one sooner or later.
Right on. I know I've raced a lot of laps with that 51 car and officials a long time ago, and I know the win's coming for the 51 too. Just gotta get clean, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Gotta finish the race first.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Derek, and we'll let you get down into your racing, buddy, and let's celebrate.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. It sounds like old Chris is a little tired, maybe, or not Chris. Stanley. Sounded like he was a little tired, not that excited. I'm hoping this is not the case for the 98 car. Mitchell freaking Muma. You got a copy, brother?
I got a copy, dude. What's up?
Man, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Big Time First Winner. Talk me through tonight.
Dude, I can't believe it. So tonight, well, I mean, first off, thanks for hosting a great league. I've been close a few times, and this is good to finally like get the win. I think it's kind of ironic that Derek, well, a good friend, teammate, won last week for the first time, and then it happened this week.
Right.
The strategy was not to, start up front the second race. So start everything. Basically, last race, I was running top 15. There was a weird wreck. I got a lap down, and then I got damaged and got disqualified because I had a meatball and there was a caution. So, yeah, so that's what got me to the front. But I knew track position was key, and I needed to capitalize on that. So I was able to maintain the gap up here. I lost the lead off of that one caution. I had to check up, I think, for the wreck.
Yeah.
And I thought I lost it there. Like when I was restarting fifth, I was like, I don't know if I could catch or move back through the field because I knew it was going to be tough to pass, and
Right.
I wanted to do it respectfully. And thankfully, it all just worked out.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm supposed to be, as a league owner and as a broadcaster, I'm supposed to be unbiased, right? But to see Derek Stanley win it and then Mitchell Muma win it, I'm nothing but smiles up here, right? That means we're doing our job if it's not the same people winning every week, right? And I'm so happy to be the one to call your first win. What's it mean to you? Like, how happy and how exciting is it when you finally get that first win?
Yeah, man, it's pumped. I was pumped, man. I was actually I could hear my heartbeat from like 10 to go. I was like, on that last restart, it's like, please, nobody wreck. But
you're asking for no yellow. You're noticing everything that's happening right now, ain't you?
Well, I kept thinking about like me getting dumped on the last lap, the 4 accidents. I kept thinking about all that, and I was just like, please, no. I knew I had a teammate behind me, so I was pretty comfortable with the gap and the way my car was handling. It just means a lot. I just started racing these late models probably about 2 years ago or a year ago, and this was the first late model league I've joined. So I've used this league to help develop into a better late model driver on the sim. And you guys, hats off to this league. You guys put on races on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday even, and it just provides a lot of time to get better. And I just love seeing the progression, man. It's a good feeling.
Man, I can't tell you what that means to hear that, right? Because I'll be honest, just earlier today, like, man, we got another league race tonight I got to put on, and it gets tiresome. I'll be honest, it does. It gets tiresome.
Yeah.
But then when I hear something like that right there, it's like, hey, man, we're coming back Monday. Let's do it again, right? So I appreciate that. As long as y'all having fun, we're going to give y'all a place to do it, right? So,
oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy. Congratulations on the race win, though, for real. Huge congrats.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and if I can give some shout-outs to some
Absolutely.
sponsors real quick.
Who we got to thank for the 98 car?
Yeah, so MSM Services, it's a new company I just launched. Basically, I am a financial coach, and we offer helping people get out of debt, just kind of creating a plan. I'm kind of their accountability partner where I'll cheer them on to get them out of debt and so they can start investing for their future. We offer social media management positions or for contract things. So just schedule a free consultation with MSM Services and check out the Max ROI podcast. That's something I just launched this week where every morning at 5 a.m. we come out with an episode talking about the current events of yesterday and basically a little motivation to get you through the day. So check those things out. I want to thank my teammates Chris Sawyer and Derek Stanley, and thank you, Tanner, for putting on a great league.
Well, Mitchell, thank you for all that, and hell yeah, buddy, good to hear you just started doing some old financial consulting. I'm going to actually be talking with you now after this. We'll chat a little bit. I'll shoot you a message here shortly, and we'll talk about some stuff maybe in the future for you. And man, yeah, congratulations, buddy, on the race win, though, for real.
I appreciate it, Tanner. Thanks again.
Absolutely, boss. Absolutely. Alrighty, folks, we are going to close up shop for tonight. Hell yeah, Mitchell Muma got his first race win. As we're going to see what is going on here. Alrighty, folks. Well, for some reason, it's not letting me pull up the results. So, we'll go through the... Do it there. No, you won't do it. Not going to do it, are you? It's not going to show me. I think because of the heat race, it kind of messed it up. But we'll go through the top 5 here. Mitchell Muma first, Derek Stanley second, Tyler Luster, Bright Home third, Dalton Creech P4, Brandon Ellis fifth. So, let's see. I'm going to do something I don't never really do. I'm bringing up multiple folks into the booth here. We are live, boys. As y'all are coming in here, everything's live. We're being recorded. But I'm bringing y'all up to see if y'all can help me out with a little bit of math real quick and see who the best average finisher was, if y'all can tell that for me.
I think it was Coleman. I think he finished second and sixth, which makes 8. Average finished 4, and I believe I was first and 8th, which makes 4.5. I think Coleman got it.
Okay, that sounds right. Daniel Sweat, you are coming in the live booth. We're just trying to figure out who got the $25. So it's looking like Coleman.
Yes, sir. Coleman got it.
All righty, folks. Well, I don't know why the results tab ain't pulling up, so we will make sure Coleman gets.
I can double check on Creech as well, just so. But we'll announce that for now.
Right. All right. So we think it's Coleman, folks. Well, thank y'all for tuning in as always. Remember, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. If you could hit the thumbs up button, hit that sub button, and never miss an upload here on TrueSimProductions. But until next time, we'll see you.